Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video testing out new products. Some are just new to me, not exactly new in stores, but there are a few things that are newer. So some of the things that I'm going to be using are things you've already seen me use. I don't have a specific product for every category, but we're just going to do this. Right. So the first product that we're going to start with is an eyeshadow palette, and it is the Milani Bold Obsession. I know you probably can't see the packaging because it is reflecting off the light, but it has a nice variety of shimmers and mattes, and I get some serious Tartelette vibes from this palette. This is the Tartelette palette, and it just, you can tell that they're kind of similar. I mean, this is a lot heavier, and you can tell the packaging is a lot, I don't know what word to use, I guess more expensive, but that's okay because everyone wants some drugstore dupes or some drugstore products that you can, cheaper alternatives is what I'm trying to say. So I went ahead and primed and set my eyelids. I just used some Tarte Shape Tape and some loose powder. And first we are going to go in with this shade right here. It is a nice kind of skin color shade, so it is a nice setting shade. If you didn't use any setting powder, you could go in with this. And I have not swatched any of these. I haven't done anything, so this is going to be a true first impression. See how they apply and how they perform. Next, I'm going to go in with this second shade right here, and I'm just going to take a nice big fluffy brush. Whoa. So this does have a little bit of kickback, but we're going to try to work with it. So you definitely have to tap off the excess because it does pick up a ton of product on your brush. Just placing this as my transition shade and going back and forth, windshield wiper motions. Also doing a little bit of circular motions, just really trying to get it to blend out and look nice and even. So as I'm looking more into the palette, you really don't have many things to work with because all of these 6 shades right here are shimmer shades. So you have this is a shimmer shade also, but you have like the plain lid shade, you have the transition shade that I used, you have a black, a reddish burnt red color, and then a brown. So there's not very many things that you can do with this palette, but it is pretty, and we're just gonna see what we can do. I'm gonna try not to make this look like every other eyeshadow look I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the brown, the shade right here. I'm using the same brush that I was using. I feel like these shades are definitely performing a little more sheer than I would have thought. They're not as pigmented as I was hoping, but we're just gonna work with it. I'm gonna now go in with some shimmer shades. So I'm gonna use a flat synthetic brush, and I'm gonna pick up this center shade right here, and I'm gonna see how it does without spritzing it. And I'm just placing this right next to the outer V of my eye, not really on the very inner corner of my lid, just kind of the outer side. So you can kind of see the pigment, but the way it's looking, I feel like it might just flake off. So I'm going to try spritzing my brush a little bit to see if that'll help it lay. Okay, now that's intense. So let me just show you when I'm patting my brush into the shimmer shade, it is like digging in. You can see the big creases that it made. And then I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is a lighter shimmer shade. I go back in with the fluffy brush we used just to blend it all out. I feel like this will all start coming together once I get my face makeup on, but so far I feel like this palette, I was expecting to be a little more pigmented. The gold shade that I used and the outer part of my lid shade was a lot thicker and flaky, and then the lighter shade that I used on the inner corner was like a finely milled, and it was more pressed. So the consistency of them are a little different of each shade, and all the other matte shades I felt like were just a little too sheer. The next product that we have to test out is a eyeliner, and it is by Physicians Formula. It is the Ultra Fine Liquid Eyeliner, and I got it in the shade Ultra Black. So it feels really luxurious. It almost feels like a high-end eyeliner. It reminds me, what is the one that I used to use? I think it was by LORAC. It almost had the same packaging. It's a very, very pointed. It is more of like a brush tip. Ooh, I feel like this is gonna be really nice. Ooh, I like this one. I'm excited. I wasn't gonna do a wing liner, but I kind of feel like we just need to. So I'm actually gonna do that off camera, but I will come back and let y'all see exactly how it performed. So far, I am a fan of this eyeliner. It went on really smooth. It didn't drag, and I think there might be a little bit of fallout on it just because the shimmer shades are flaking a tiny bit, but it didn't turn gray or anything like some black eyeliners tend to do. It was very true to its ultra blackness. So it also dries down matte, but it didn't dry too fast, so if you have to apply a little bit over, it doesn't kind of flake off. Alright, and next we're going to be testing out the Kiss lashes. These are in the style Boudoir. I actually haven't seen these at my store before. I usually use, I don't remember the name, but I will link it down below. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was called. But they were another style of Kiss lashes, but I actually haven't seen these, so we're going to see how they work. Okay, so I like these lashes. I had some technical difficulties. I got a bunch of lash glue on my contact, but other than that, they were pretty easy to apply. I normally don't like the thick banded lashes because I feel like they're harder to apply, but these, for the most part, besides the glue, they worked out. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started on face. I don't have any new primers today, so I'm just gonna be using two of the primers that I always use. I'm gonna first start out with this primer by Cover FX. It is the blurring primer, and then I'm also going to use some of my BECCA First Light Priming Filter. So for foundation today, it is not a new product to me. I've used it a few times, but it is the Too Faced Born This Way, and the reason I'm using this is because the new concealer that we have is the new Too Faced Born This Way concealer. So I'm just going to start out with a few pumps of the foundation. I'm just going to pump them onto here. And I'm in the shade Nude. Well, I hope I'm in the shade Nude. It's been a while. So I feel like I definitely could be about a shade darker than this, but we're going to fix that with bronzer, I promise. Woo. So now we're going to go in with the concealer. I've been so excited to try this out. The packaging looks identical to, let me just show you. So here's the concealer and here's the foundation. It is honestly mind-blowing how big this foundation is. So you get 0.50 fluid ounces. Let's see what you get in Tarte Shape Tape. So Shape Tape's about 33, so it's really not that big of a difference, but this packaging makes it look like this could last you about 5 years. So I was really hoping to get the shade Vanilla, and they were out, so I went a shade lower, and I got Porcelain, which sounds really scary. Porcelain, I'm like nowhere near porcelain, but I like to use my concealer to brighten up my face, so hopefully this shade will still work. So here is what the applicator looks like. So once I got it all blended out, it looks good. I feel like I'm looking a little white on camera, at least whiter than I actually am looking in person. So hopefully once we get bronzer and everything on, it'll all come together and it'll look a little more even. So first, before we set our face with powder, we're gonna go in with this Tarteist Pro Glow palette. I know I'm like late to this one, but I am just now owning this, and one of the shades broke when it was in the mail, so I'm going to be very careful when I open this. So it has 3 matte highlights, 1 matte bronzer, contour, and 1 cream bronzer. So this one right here is the cream bronzer, so first I'm going to go in with that. Whoa. I was not expecting it to be that creamy. Well, I think this is gonna fix the ghost problems that we have going on. Wow, I'm like really impressed. Just going in with the same thing with a more smaller, precise brush just to contour the nose. I am loving that cream contour. It blends out nicely. Alright, now to set the face, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. So I'm really just stamping this in. This powder is super thin, and it kind of just sinks into the skin, so it's not that easy to bake with it, but that's okay. And then I'm going to dust a little bit of that same powder just all over my face. Alright, next I'm going to go back in with that Tarte palette, and I'm going to grab the powder contour shade, and I'm just going to use it on a smaller Morphe brush. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush to do my nose. And then for blush, we're going to be testing out this Wet n Wild in the shade Pearlescent Pink. It looks really bright. Why it comes with this? Who would use that? It's pretty. It looks a little dark, but that's my fault. Go back in one last time with the Tarte palette to use the one with this highlight shade right here, and it's in the shade Stunner. The next product that I have to be testing out for y'all today is a eyebrow pencil, and it is by Flower Beauty. I never really try out new eyebrow pencils from the drugstore, really, because I've never found one that I am really happy with. So hopefully this one will be a little different. So here is what the applicator looks like. It is pointed on the end, but it's a little thicker. So one thing I don't like about these is once you get past that point, then it's just going to be thick and it'll be a little harder to work with. I don't know, maybe I'll be wrong. But I do like that it has a spoolie on the opposite end and it has lids to cover each side. Alright, so here's how they look. I feel like I did them a little too dark. It went on really smooth. So I was using a light hand, but it still was a little dark with a light hand. But I don't think it looks too bad, but I want to just show y'all. Like I was telling y'all, the point of this just kind of disappeared and went away. So next time I use it, we'll see how it works out. It almost feels like waxy. Like it feels like if I were to, for whatever reason, touch my eyebrow, that it would kind of just smear off. So I'm going to try not to touch it, but if that does happen, I'll let y'all know. So real quick, I'm just going to add a little bit of eyeshadow to the lower lash line. I'm just going to go in with the same shade that I used as my transition on the top and buff this all along the edge of my lower lash line. I'm going to go in with a flat brush just to pack on the darker shade to the outer edges. So I think the last product that I have to test out today is a mascara. But before we go in with that, I'm just going to go ahead and spray my face to set everything in place. I'll be using the BADESCU Rose Water. Just a little tip, the reason I like to do this before mascara is because I have a problem with my mascara running underneath my eyes. It like transfers on to my foundation. So I have found that if I set everything before I do mascara, that it kind of helps that from happening. So for mascara today, we are going to be testing out the BADgal Bang by Benefit. And I have a problem with running back to the mascaras that I almost always use. So I decided to just get a little travel size. So here is what the wand looks like. It is very, very flimsy. I feel like a lot of mascaras are a little tougher than that. Okay, so I almost forgot about lips, and I do have a lip product that I'm going to be trying out also today, and it is LipSense. I have used this once, and I believe it was on my wedding day, but I don't really remember how long it lasted. I don't remember what I thought about it. So I'm going to be testing one out for y'all today too, and it is in the shade Pink Champagne. So there are directions on how to put this on. It says to apply in one direction, beginning with the outer corner of the mouth. Apply 3 layers, letting each dry 3 to 5 seconds. Finish with your favorite LipSense gloss. Let's see if I do this right. Okay guys, real quick, I just want to recap all of the new products that I tested out today and let y'all know just kind of my first impressions, what I'm so far feeling about them. So the first thing was the Milani eyeshadow palette. I think once I got everything on, it's not too bad. I was a little disappointed, but I won't say that I won't use it again. Next thing The Physicians Formula eyeliner was definitely a hit. I love this. I think I'm going to use it a lot. The BADgal Bang Mascara I really did like. I'm just going to have to use it a few times, but I do like it. The Wet n Wild blush, it was pretty. I think I went a little too heavy-handed on it at first, but you can always blend it out, so that's a plus. The Flower Beauty Eyebrow Pencil. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it worked. I mean, I'll use it again, but I really like my Anastasia and my MAC pencil a little better. The concealer I did like. I was a little disappointed with the shade because it was porcelain, but it was really yellow. I would have thought that it was a little more on the white side, but once I got it blended out, it looked okay. The lashes, I really do like them. I'm definitely going to wear them again. The Tarteist Pro Glow Contour and Highlight Palette was definitely a hit. I liked that. And the last thing I believe is the LipSense lipstick. I do like it. It's a really pretty color. I feel like you're going to go through a lot of product when you have to put 3 layers on. My lips are feeling a little sticky, so hopefully that goes away. But so far I like it. It's a really pretty color. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed videos like this where I just test out products that are new to me and let you know if it was a hit or a miss. Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I will catch you guys next time. Bye!